USC will play at Colorado on Friday the 13th in temperatures that could be below freezing. With the Los Angeles Times, I'm Lindsay Theory. This is Gary Klein with a preview of Friday's matchup. Gary, it's hard to prepare for freezing weather when you play in Southern California. These guys have been in the cold once at Notre Dame. How do you think they adjust to the cold in Boulder?
That's kind of the big question heading out there. Cody Kessler this week sticking his hand apparently into a bag of ice to get used to throwing with a cold hand, but I don't know how you prepare for it other than mentally put it out of your mind. You know, the receivers are not going to be wearing sleeves. They're going to man up on it, and we'll just see what happens.
I bet you they put on sleeves. I know Gary's going to be putting on his pea coat and probably a little hat. All right, USC's offense. It's going to be without running back Trey Madden. He will be sidelined for the game because of a bone bruise on his knee. That means more carries for Justin Davis and Ronald Jones II, which I'm sure makes many USC fans happy that they'll see more of the freshman.
After last week's performance against Arizona, 177 yards, it's spectacular long run. They want to see more of Ronald Jones. Colorado is probably the team that best suits that kind of outcome.
They don't want to see Ronald Jones.
They don't want to see Ronald Jones. They haven't been very successful stopping the run. USC is going to want to control the ball. It could be another big night for him.
Defensively, USC will go in with much the same game plan as they've had. They've played a more physical style of football. The defensive line is coming off one of its best games. And obviously, you've got everybody back there in the secondary who should be available against the Buffaloes.
They seem to be getting a little healthier. As you mentioned, the defensive line has got pressure on the quarterback the last few games. They're getting sacks. They're finishing plays. That, I think, is the biggest question facing USC as it goes forward in the season. Is that defense going to be able to play consistently well like it has the last few weeks?
A weird feeling. It's a Friday the 13th game. Could it be a trap game? Coming up after Colorado is Oregon and UCLA. USC's 9-0 against Colorado all time. Any chance they go out there and sleepwalk through this thing?
I don't know if they'll necessarily sleepwalk, but Colorado is a team that has played some teams in the conference tough. They have not been able to finish it, and you can be sure that USC does not want to be the team, just like any of these teams, that is the one that ultimately gets tripped up. With Clay Helton kind of making this run, the Trojans making this run, everyone's pointing to Oregon and UCLA, but they've got to get through Colorado first.
And Gary's going to get through Colorado. Like I mentioned, he'll be there dressed warmly, and he'll have a pregame periscope. Hopefully, maybe some snow will come down and you can show folks in Southern California the snow. Likely not, but you can always hope. Be sure to follow Gary on Twitter. We'll have the latest on the game also on the LA Times blog, USC Now. With Gary Klein, I'm Lindsay Theory for the Los Angeles Times.